Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Sasha. Thank you for tuning in again to my channel. If you have not done it already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like button so you can let YouTube know that you like what I have to say, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified each and every time I do a video. I know it's been a week, but I am here nonetheless. So I went to see Scream 6 today. I decided to pamper myself and take some much needed me time. I saw it in 3D for $9. Y'all know I'm about a budget. If you don't know, now you do. So I decided to go see one of my favorite scary movies, a part of one of my favorite horror movie franchises, as they was calling it, on today. I got the shirt. I made a trip to Walmart last night and I just happened to see this, paying homage to Ghostface. So yeah. So anyway, let's get into it. So Scream 5 came out last year. We saw that. That was very good in comparison to Scream 4, which was a complete flop. And if you don't believe me, just watch Scream 5 because they say it themselves, so I don't feel bad. So, we have since lost the late and great Wes Craven. So we had younger producers and writers, and they did a phenomenal job with Scream 5. So here we are at Scream 6. And I didn't even know Scream 6 was coming out. For me to be a fan, I hadn't heard about it. But as soon as I did, as soon as I got the time to do it, I went. So let's get started about how the movie started. So the movie started cliche. This lady was waiting in a crowded bar, waiting for a blind date. You can assume she was waiting on a blind date. Y'all don't mind my dog because I just put him out. She was waiting on a blind date, and we made that assumption because she kind of like timidly waved at somebody and he didn't notice, and she was like, okay, that wasn't the person. So this woman that's waiting at this bar turns out to be a film teacher at the local university. And she gets a call from the guy that she's supposed to be meeting, and he's saying, I'm lost. You know how you do when you're on a date and you can't find the person. And the restaurant didn't have a sign outside, which was the perfect recipe for disaster, right? If you don't watch Scream, you know how it goes. So they're talking, and he's like, okay, I think the street was Holland. He said, what does the building look like? She said, it's red outside. It's red on the outside. And he said, I don't see anything red. So she was like, well, let me make sure. So she goes out and she said, yes, the building is definitely red. Well, there's an alley across the street. And he's like, are you near an alley? And she said, yeah. He said, well, I'm coming down it. Wave if you see me. And she's waving. He said, I don't see you. So she's like, okay. So naturally, she goes into the street, which, I mean, naturally, you would do that if you think you're just going on a blind date. So she goes to the street. She goes at the top of the alley. And she's still waving. She's like, you see me yet? And he said, no, the person in front of me isn't doing anything. And she's like, okay, that's weird. He said, yes, it is weird. So he was like, the alley you're in, is there some dumpsters in the middle? And she said, well, yeah. So she walks into the alley, y'all, by the dumpsters. She looks over to the left, sees the top of a hood. She looking at somebody. Instead of moving, she jumps and looks behind her, and there's some kids, some party goers or whatever behind her. And then the killer jumps out and stabs her. I was like, you saw that person standing right there. Why would you not move? First of all, if I done told you 2 or 3 times I'm waving at that alley and you don't see me, okay, well, I'm going to go back to the front of the restaurant, and I'll give you some more stuff that's around it and help you out a little bit. But I'm not walking in no alley, especially not in New York. So that was the beginning. Now, this killer done something that I had never seen before, and I didn't know how the movie was going to go after that. He takes the mask off, and we see who he is. I'm like, how we going to, what? We know who you are. How's this going to go? So he takes off the mask, takes off the complete outfit, disposes of it, puts his backpack on, takes off walking up the street like that just didn't happen. So he runs into Tara, which is the main character from Scream 5. And she's on her way to a fraternity party, and they just have a little conversation. And he was like, is your sister coming? And she was like, she's not gonna come. So he was like, well, have a drink for me, this little common stuff. He goes up to the apartment. He's watching a scary movie. He has a partner that calls him. And he's like, tell me what it was like. And he said, she became less and less human. When the more I stabbed her, she felt like meat. So he's still talking to the guy, and he was like, okay, so what are you gonna do next? Are you gonna go to the party tonight? Like, he just asked Tara about the party. And he was like, I'm thinking about it. I really wish you could come along. All this, just a little conversation. And then eventually it gets kind of weird. He gets up, he's moving around the apartment because the guy starts talking like real crazy to him on the phone. He thought it was his friend, but he's kind of getting the sense that it's not at this point. So he's walking through the apartment looking for him, and the killer on the phone is like, you're getting warmer. You're getting warmer. Well, he goes to the refrigerator, opens the refrigerator, and finds his partner chopped up into pieces in the refrigerator, and then the real killer jumps down and kills him. So then it's like, okay, there's the flip that we looking for. Because I'm like, how is that going to work that we know the killer? So I took notes on my phone, y'all. So we, then after that, we flash to Tara's apartment, and we see her roommate, which I was always that roommate was weird to me. She's talking to the roommate. Let's see. Talking to the roommate. The older sister, who is Billy Loomis's daughter, is the one that lives with the roommate. So they're, talking. She's like, oh, well, Tara went to the frat party and all this kind of stuff. Just being real, like, just weird. So the sister goes to the frat party, and she stumbles up on Tara getting ready to go upstairs and get taken advantage of. And then they wind up arguing outside. You know the gist. The plan got canceled for her to be taken advantage of, and they wound up outside. So the movie goes on. Y'all, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Hayden Panettiere from Scream 4 pops back up as an FBI agent, which is fantastic. I don't even remember exactly what happened to her in Scream 4, because when I went to see Scream 4, I was on a date with this guy, and the movie was terrible, so was the date, so was the guy. So, in the grand scheme of things. But anyway, Hayden Panettiere comes back up on the scene after they've discovered the bodies of the two guys that were mimicking the stab movies, and they find the teacher dead in the alley. So Hayden Panettiere is with the FBI. She helps with that. And then Randy's sister's daughter, her name was Mindy. She's a big movie buff, just like Randy was. She starts calling out how what's happening is mimicking Stab 2, Scream 2, which it did. I'm going to tell you what I caught when they were at the frat party. The guy that was going to go upstairs with Tara asked her if she was with Omega Beta Zeta. And that was one of the sororities from Scream 2. It was actually the sorority that Sarah Michelle Gellar was at when she got killed in Scream 2. So I was kind of already, as a fan, kind of putting two and two together before she even said that. And after she said that, that's when everything started making sense. So after that scene, they wind up, Tara and her sister wind up in a convenience store. And y'all, tell me why the killer walks in the convenience store. He's after them in front of people in New York. Only in New York is a man going to walk into a convenience store in a Scream mask and don't nobody really do nothing. Now, like, one of the guys stood up and said, hey, do we have a problem? He killed him right there in the convenience store. Again, this is New York. The clerk pulls out a Uzi. I think that's what it is. Starts shooting. I said, oh, okay, this is getting real. I thought the killer was black at that point. Honestly, because I'm like, yeah, that's bold. So they wind up going through the convenience store, trying to get away from the killer. The killer takes the gun from the manager, kills the manager or the clerk with the gun. So they're going through the store. Finally, they get out of the store. And eventually they wind up all at the apartment, trying to, stay safe like they always do. I'm not going to give too much away because I want y'all to go see it. They do find this shrine that has everything from the Scream movies in it. It's got all the killers, different masks in there. It's even got the TV that was pushed on Stu in the first one. It's got everything from the Screams in there. And the scene is in an old theater, and that part mimics Scream 2 because it reminded me of the way the costumes were set up on the stage. It reminded me of when Sydney was doing her theater performance in Scream 2, and she started freaking out seeing the ghost faces everywhere. These writers done an amazing job because it's like the stuff that they chose to pinpoint to kind of mimic that, it kept me on the edge of my seat. So this theater winds up being the setting for the final scene. Gail Weathers pops back up. Gail Weathers put in a fight for her life. I'm not going to tell you how that went because I want you to go see it. And yeah, y'all, it was good. It was so very good. It's my first time watching a movie and taking notes. I was into the movie, so I'm trying to take notes the best way I could. And yeah, y'all gonna like it. I thought Scream 5 was good, but Scream 6 was amazing. James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick, y'all did a great job. Y'all made fans like me of the movie very proud. So I want y'all to go see that. I want you to hit the like button on me, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and come back next week and see what I have to say. I think I'm going to start treating myself to a movie every week from here on out. I really do. I posted a picture of my feet. You know how we do for Instagram, stupid stuff. Posted a picture of my feet, and I had somebody with a blue check mark like my picture. That amps me up, y'all. So anyway, yeah, movie review, Scream 6, go see it. I didn't want to get too much into it because the murders and the killings in this movie, I can't give all that away. You gotta go see it. But I can tell you're gonna be on the edge of your seat. It's gonna be a favorite. So anyway, y'all, until next time, I will see y'all next week. Thanks for watching.